Hello.
Hi.
We want to introduce ourselves. I am Dr. Sarah Stone. I am the founder and board chair of Wonderbloom, which is a nature-based early childhood education program in Murray.
Hi, I'm Lesley Gulledge. I am the outreach specialist. I have worked with Wonderbloom for 2 years, and I'm really excited to be here on Utah Gives.
We are so excited to be here. We wanted to tell you more about our program.
Yes, and I'm really excited to be here too, because one thing that I've been wanting to do with Sarah for a long time, who is our founder, as she mentioned, and an awesome inspiration for everyone here, is ask her questions about what inspired her to start Wonderbloom and just have her share her story for everyone to hear. And we have yet to be able to set that interview up, so this is kind of the perfect platform to do that. So I wanted to throw that back to you, Sarah, and ask you what inspired Wonderbloom, because I guess we should introduce that first. Wonderbloom is a nature-based preschool in Murray, Utah, and it serves kids 2 to 5. It has a beautiful outdoor classroom, and Sarah can set it up way better than I, but just to at least give a general overview, we're a nonprofit here in Utah, the first state licensed nature-based preschool.
Mm-hmm. What inspired me to start Wonderbloom is I've been working in early childhood education my entire career. From the time I basically graduated from high school, I was on my way working with children and families. And I've always been drawn to nature, having it be a part of my own life and my children's lives. And as I was completing my PhD, I started coming across all this research about outdoor classrooms, nature-based learning. It really resonated with me. I'd never heard of it. Apparently, there's lots of programs in Europe especially that are nature-based programs, forest kindergartens, if you've heard of that before. And it really inspired me to start looking at what was in our area in Utah. Utah is very outdoor focused. We love our mountains and our lakes and our skiing, and I couldn't find anything that was making sure that children were spending time in nature. And so I launched into starting a nonprofit, something I'd never done before, but fortunately I found UNA right away, and Jill was a great asset to me as learning how to build and run a nonprofit. And so I put together this program where children are able to spend most of their preschool day outside in an outdoor classroom, and learning with nature and about nature. It really is something that for us pre-internet kids, it's how we were raised. It's how we lived our lives as children. We were running around in the dirt, digging up worms. I spent a lot of time after school in my youth running around the neighborhood with my friends because I was a latchkey kid. I was raised by a single mom who was in college or finishing college, and we had to keep ourselves entertained. So I remember building a tree house with my friends.
Me too. I was just going to say, I have memories of building a tree house. We had found a slab of the wooding and put it into this bush, and we were just in some nook in someone's yard.
Exactly. But it felt like a different world. Mm-hmm. It was like our own space where we were just in the leaves. We were up above everybody. Yeah. And that really shaped who I am as a person, because I had that time outside connecting with nature. It has informed all of the work that I've done in my life. And now we don't see kids doing that anymore as much. And the most recent statistics I've seen is that children are only spending about an hour outside every week, and they're spending 40 hours a week on screens.
Every week, 1 hour?
Yes.
That's a wild statistic. Yeah.
And so I wanted to really flip that on its head when I built Wonderbloom, which was, let's have the outside be our classroom. Anything you can do inside, you can do outside. So we have art, we have story time, we build with blocks.
Snacks.
We do lots of snacks outside. We do as much outside as we can all year long. And that's pretty fun in Utah, especially when we have a really big snow year, because the kids love bundling up and just playing for hours outside in the snow.
Yeah. Well, I love your program, and I knew from the moment I saw it that it was something special. I love the philosophy of anything you can do inside, you can do outside, and even though I have kids who've participated in the program, I've also taken that into my own personal kind of philosophy at home, as much as I can. Just let's go out on the driveway and put out a blanket and have snacks outside. So when I first saw the outdoor classroom that Wonderbloom has, I knew that my kids were going to thrive there. I knew I had stepped into something really special. And it's interesting too, because it's tucked into, this area of Murray where you wouldn't expect, just hearing where it's located, that there would be a lot of access to nature, but you've got not only the cute outdoor classroom, which is, large in and of itself and secured off, there's also that soul garden that is attached to the Cottonwood Presbyterian Church that the kids can go on their walking field trips to, and the Murray Canal Trail right beyond that. And so there's, you really do feel like you're kind of in this little oasis of nature right there in Murray. So yeah, you've definitely built something special.
Well, thank you. Tell me what drew you to come work for Wonderbloom. And then you also have 2 children that have participated as students at Wonderbloom. So
yes.
Tell us about that.
Before, though, I feel like we need to highlight one last thing, which is when you did start, at least from what this part I have heard, and we've kind of highlighted a little bit on our, social media and all of that. But I know that when you did start the program, there was an immediate draw to the program, right? You had a wait list that was
whenever you start something new, you don't know if other people will think it's as interesting as you do. So I started the program out of my backyard as a trial. Our parents in Utah are going to think this is interesting to just have their kids outside most of the preschool day. And with my little backyard preschool, I could have 8 children there. And within 6 months, I had 64 children on the wait list. And so it really was a grassroots effort of people just learning about it and really being drawn to this idea the same way I was, of children need this right now, and this is going to be really important for them. And so that was proof of concept enough that I was able to then launch into opening a full-scale program where we serve 150 children a year from ages 2 to 5.
Yeah, and you've relocated now, so you started in your backyard and then relocated once because of the wait list, and then it continued to grow, and now we've gone to Murray, and we're now expanding again.
Yes, we should talk about that.
Which is really exciting.
So one of the main draws for UTAHGIVES for us today is because we are launching a new Wonderbloom location, and it's going to be at the Tracy Aviary Nature Center at Pia Ogwai. That's in South Salt Lake. The Nature Center has a 12-acre property. They've invited us to open a Wonderbloom preschool on site as a partner with them. They really believe in the mission that we're doing to serve young children, get them connected with nature and the environment.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping that you give to Wonderbloom to help us build this program, to get this off the ground. We totally segued away from talking about you, but let's talk about the importance of the scholarship program really quick.
So in addition, to helping build this really beautiful space at the Tracy Aviary Nature Center, where we'll have 4 and 5-year-olds attending, right? And building an outdoor classroom there, as well as obviously being able to utilize the other parts of the space. We are also really aiming to, out of a grant that we received a couple of years ago, we were able to launch our Equitable Access Initiative, which has allowed us to really serve members of our community that are underprivileged or have barriers to access really quality education. And so what that means for us is being able to offer sliding scale scholarships, and we really want to be able to continue making that more available, and obviously donations today can help us continue to serve those family members that are especially able to benefit from the health benefits of nature-based preschool. And that was a huge interest for me as a mom as well, being able to see something that I think I already knew kind of instinctually, but it was validated through all of the research that I saw on the website, on Wonderbloom's website, and then also just that exists out there, which is just the long-running list of health benefits that exist for being in nature. Just natural vitamin D and the fresh air on your face does wonders for the mood, and there's this research that shows that it's also contributing to the betterment of social skills and their psychological well-being and their gross motor skills. And I know for me, I am kind of segueing myself back now, but to, like, for me, the thing that I really loved in my observation of my own kids in the program is I have 2 kids. My daughter was diagnosed with autism, ADHD, and separation anxiety when she was 3.5, after she lost her dad. So there were a lot of emotional changes in our family, and I was kind of thrown into having to become the breadwinner suddenly, and find childcare for my kiddos because I was at the time a stay-at-home mom. So a lot of huge changes plus this diagnosis. And before finding Wonderbloom, we had tried some programs. My daughter had been in a few programs that were wonderful. They did great work, but a little more traditional, very, very much more traditional. And she, you know, it really was a struggle for her to adapt in those settings, in a more structured and sort of sit at the desk, you know, maybe 20 minutes outside kind of dynamic. So I would pick her up and I just would notice she would sort of unravel. It was the, like, she'd been on her best behavior, she'd been following all the rules, and then she just let it all out at the end of the day, and it was really hard on her. And so I eventually found Wonderbloom, and both because they were hiring and I was lucky enough to get a job there, and because my kids were able to attend, and my daughter was there for the summer, and
summer before she started kindergarten.
Yeah, the summer before she started kindergarten. So unfortunately, we didn't find it soon enough for her to be there for much longer, because I do think it would have had a long-term difference in her, and it already does, but I think it would have been amazing had she started even sooner. But the thing I observed about her was every day at pickup, she got to play outside. So first of all, she didn't have sort of the constraints of what was expected with a neurodivergent child. That can be really taxing, and there are masks that are required for that to sort of, you know, fit into the norm. But with Wonderbloom, she was able to be outdoors. She was able to sort of freely explore while also having structure that prepared her for kindergarten, because I think they beautifully wrapped that together. And at the end of the day, I would pick her up and she was like energized. She was like appropriately tired, not like the overly, you know, kind of stimulated tired. It was just energized, happy, like her brain was able to do what her brain wanted to do. And I know you've said this to me, that developmentally kids learn through play. So I really saw a huge benefit and was so grateful that she got to participate, and can only say good things about Wonderbloom for the kiddos.
It was so incredible having her in the program and seeing those changes in her too firsthand. Yeah. And so we would like to urge the Utahns out there that are participating in Utah Gives to give generously. We hope that you can give to Wonderbloom to help make a difference in the lives of children in Utah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.